Hi, everybody. Welcome to our 42nd episode of
Maughter podcast.
I am Claudia. I am mother. This is Polly. She is daughter.
Preface the baby music in the background.
Yes.
We're at my house.
You can also, hence the stuffiness. That's because of Polly's cat, so thank you, kitties. So next week, we're going to do it at my house, and then we're going to do it every second week, just because change of environment and time-wise, that just works out, that we're going to do a podcast every second week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, guys. Okay, so today's podcast, we decided to do whom?
Clifford Olson.
Clifford Olson.
Sorry, that's my cat.
They're going a little crazy, apparently.
They got zoomies.
They got zoomies. Clifford Olson. Canadian or American?
Canadian.
We're saying boo to America for this week. No, just kidding. Okay. So talk to me about Clifford Olson.
Okay, there's not much on his, childhood upbringing.
Okay.
Or anything. But, okay. He was born January 1st. New Year's Day, baby. 1940. He's a convicted serial killer who confessed to murdering 11 children. Aged 9 to 18 in the early 1980s. In 1976, he was serving a sentence for his crimes as a con artist. He had obtained favorable terms for himself by acting as an informant against a cellmate, even coaxing him into a written confession.
Wow.
However, Olson said it was discussions with him and his cellmate that led to his sexual interest in children and murderous intent.
So he's basically blaming his cellmate for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it wasn't like, oh, I'm not a serial killer.
Show me the ways, a wise one.
Yeah, so it jumps right into the murders. It doesn't really give us much info.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, and it was in BC. All this. He's from Vancouver.
Okay.
Okay, so the murders. Christine Weller, 12, from Surrey, British Columbia, was abducted November 17th, 1980. Her body was found more than a month later on Christmas Day. She had been strangled with a belt and stabbed repeatedly.
Aww.
On April 16th, 1981, Colleen Marie Dognault, 13, vanished. 5 months later, her body was found. On April 22nd, 1981, Daryl Todd Johnsrud, 16, was abducted and killed. His body was found less than 2 weeks later. On May 19th, 1981, 16-year-old Sandra Wolfensteiner was kidnapped and murdered, And 13-year-old Ada Anita Court was murdered in June 1981.
That's like a 2-month time frame in between.
Yeah.
That's a lot. 6
victims followed in quick succession in July 1981. Simon Parrington, 9, was abducted, raped, and strangled on July 2nd, 1981.
Aww.
Judy Cosma, a 14-year-old from New Westminster, was raped and strangled a week later. Her body was discovered on July 25th near Weaver Lake. The next victims were Raymond King II, 15, abducted on July 23rd, raped and bludgeoned to death. Sigrun Arndt, an 18-year-old German tourist, raped and bludgeoned 2 days later.
Oh my gosh.
Terry Lynn Carson, 15, raped and strangled on July 27th. And Louis Chartrand, age 17, was the last victim identified, who died on July 30th.
So he started off with girls, then turned into boys?
Yeah.
Turned boys.
It's probably more of a fight.
The enthusiasm.
And they're older too, right? So it's probably just the thrill.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Like, that's like when I was born. Like, for all...
Yeah. But I mean, since what we talked about last week, this has been around forever.
Yeah.
I just heard on the news that there's a serial killer in Florida.
Really?
Yeah. I'll see if I can find an article on it and read a little bit about it after. Okay, so on to the arrest and the plea bargain. Olson, who had an extensive criminal history, was arrested on August 12th, 1981, on suspicion of attempting to abduct 2 girls.
Oh, he got caught.
By August 25th, Olson had been charged with the murder of Judy Cosma. He reached a controversial deal with authorities, agreeing to confess to the 11 murders and show the RCMP the location of the bodies who of those not yet recovered. In return, authorities agreed that $10,000 for each victim was paid into a trust for his wife and their then infant.
His wife?
His wife.
And his infant?
Yeah.
Oh.
His wife received $100,000 Canadian after Olson cooperated with the RCMP. The 11th body being a freebie. Quote-unquote freebie.
Wow.
That's what they called it. That's disgusting. In January 1982, Olson pleaded guilty to 11 counts of murder and was given as many concurrent life sentences to be served in Canada's super maximum security special handling unit in Sainte-Anne-des-Plaines, Quebec, which houses many of the country's most dangerous criminals. Olson scored 38 out of 40 on the psychopathy checklist, according to forensic psychiatrist Stanley Simrau, who interviewed Olson at length in prison. Imagine getting 38 out of 40. He was probably like, I passed.
That's insane. Out of 40?
He was very psychotic.
Wow.
Excuse me. In 1983, Gordon Taylor introduced a private member's bill in the House of Commons of Canada mandating Olson's execution. Notwithstanding his 1982 sentence and Canada's 1976 abolition of capital punishment for murder. Numerous petitions supported the bill and were laid before the House before it was ruled out of order in 1984 as a bill of attainder. So they were like, no. Parole application.
Wait, see, what does that last part mean? Like, sorry, you were saying...
So, they tried to bring a bill before the House of Commons that said he should be put to death.
Okay.
But because we abolished...
I was going to say, we don't do the death penalty.
Yeah.
Okay, so
because
it was like...
we abolished
it was
they
nulled
were
out.
like, no.
Oh. Even for an exception? Just kidding.
You're right. That kind of person should have the
right?
death penalty. But we'll get to his death after.
Okay.
Parole application. At his sentencing, January 14th, 1982, Justice McKay, the trial judge, remarked, "My considered..."
Sorry. I snorted.
Snivelled.
I'm very congested right now.
Okay, my considered opinion is that you should never be granted parole for the remainder of your days. It would be foolhardy to let you at large. In 1997, Olson was denied parole, for which he applied under Canada's Faint Hope Clause, which allowed a parole hearing for convicts who had served at least 15 years. Canadian law allows inmates convicted of first-degree murder to apply for parole after serving a minimum of 25 years.
Why would they even give that as an option? Like, just to get these people's hopes up, knowing you're going to be denied? Like, what are the chances people are actually going to get out?
Depends if the reform actually worked.
So, sorry to try off topic here. There is these two kids, and I don't know if we discussed them. I don't think we did. I cannot remember where they were or what country it was from. And they had taken this boy from his mother in a mall. And this boy was like...
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was kind of curious about this. I Googled it at work today because I'm, very busy at work and whatnot. And I was looking at it up, and it said that the two guys that were convicted, one of them ended up getting paroled, and he ended up being what's the word? Reconvicting? Is that a word?
Yeah.
And reoffending. So he ended up reoffending, and then they let him out again. So he served like 5 years, and then he got out again, and he it was towards kids, and then he acted again. He was caught with like child pornography or something like that, and then he reoffended again, and then he sent him back in jail. And then I think they let him go again, but then they were like, no, we can't let this guy go because we know he's going to reoffend. And the other kid, he ended up changing his name, and they have never heard from him since.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Obviously,
and they were like kids when they took that little boy.
They were 10.
Yeah.
10 years old. This little boy, it was so gross. I couldn't even, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this crazy guy.
Yeah, so after they serve a minimum of 25 years, they can...
Or try to go for parole.
Parole, yeah. That's with any...
So when they say, we're going to convict you for 3 life sentences, okay, what's life sentence?
Until you're dead.
So how? They're dead. How do you do 3 convictions of 3 life sentences?
Well, it doesn't... it depends if it's concurrent or not.
Okay.
So, if you kill... a bunch of people. You could be sentenced to 100 years in prison.
Yeah.
You're not going to live 100 years.
Yeah.
But
just knowing that they're going to be in jail for 100 years is good enough for people?
Yeah. Or you can just get a life sentence.
But what does it matter? It's going to be a life sentence anyways.
It's just how the law is.
Oh, okay.
It's just how it's tried. Like, if all the victims are tried all at once.
Yeah.
Or if they're tried, like, separately.
Okay.
It's different ruling.
But regardless, it doesn't even matter. They're still going to be in jail for the rest of their lives.
It's just law. It's just how it is.
Why are you weird?
You didn't take the bar exam.
No, I didn't. I didn't take the baby bar exam. I wonder how badly I would feel if I took the bar exam. I'm just asking.
I'd probably get like 0, maybe 1.
You think you'd get 1, right? We should do like a pest. We should do a test trial of it and see.
I'm not writing an essay.
But it's like a 4-hour essay.
Yeah.
We were watching the Kardashians, and Kim Kardashian ended up having to write the baby bar, and it was like a 4-hour
essay, and then 300 multiple choice
300 multiple choice. And I was like, you probably were like, what?
It's a 7-hour exam.
Can you imagine doing 300 multiple choices?
You have 4 hours for an essay.
Yeah.
3 hours for the 300 multiple choice questions.
That's a minute per question.
No, it's not. It's less than that.
300 questions?
Yeah, an hour is 60 minutes.
Oh, right, duh. Ooh.
Maybe you should do a basic math.
I should do basic math test, yes. See, I already know I fail. Okay, sorry.
Olson's second parole hearing on July 18th, 2006 was also denied. Olson made many bizarre and false claims, including that the United States has granted him clemency for providing information about the 9/11 attacks, and that the hearing had no jurisdiction over him because of that.
You were in jail.
Under Canadian law, Olson was then entitled to make a case for parole every 2 years.
Oh my gosh. And he got denied for every single one of those.
Olson was then again refused parole in November 2010.
2010, that's like recent. Well, kind of semi-recent.
That was 15 years ago.
That's so long ago. Never mind.
Old age security pension controversy. Controversy developed in March 2010 when the media disclosed that Olson was receiving 2 federal government benefits from Canada while imprisoned. A total of $1,100 monthly.
While in jail?
What
was he doing with the money?
Olson was eligible to receive the Canadian Old Age Security Pension. All persons who meet residency requirements as to the length of time in Canada are eligible to receive the pension at 65.
So he's getting a pension while he's in jail?
Yeah.
That's insane. What is he going to do with that money? Die with it?
Olson turned 70 on January 1st, 2010. Olson was also eligible to receive the Guaranteed Income Supplement awarded to pensioners with low income. The money in question...
Oh my gosh.
The money was held in a trust for him.
What, is he going to get carbon tax too? Like, jeez. Hey, do you think the moms that are in jail and they give birth in jail and they lose their kids, they get baby bonuses?
No.
I'm just asking. They can put it to where she's like, they're going to the commissary or whatever.
Yeah, right? Like, what are you going to buy?
He'd be like super rich in prison. Like, I mean, super rich.
Well, no, it was held in a trust. It wasn't even given to him.
So what happens to the trust when he dies? Does his kid get it?
I hope so. If anybody gets it, I hope it's his kid.
It's dirty money.
Well, no, it's our money. It's taxpayer money.
That's true. Give back our money, yo.
The Canadian Taxpayers Federation testified before the Federal Standing Committee for Human Resource Development to have MPs pass Bill C-31, which would terminate pension benefits for prisoners. The organization also presented the benefits. The organization also presented the government with $46,000 petition. $40. Can I read?
Apparently not.
46,000 petition signatures requesting that Olson no longer receive the benefits. Prime Minister Stephen Harper asked government officials to look into the issue. On June 1st, 2010, the government moved to terminate Olson's payments, calling the fact that he had been receiving them outrageous and offensive. In September 2010, Olson sent one of his old age security checks to Sun media reporter Peter Worthington with a note asking him to forward the check to Harper's campaign for re-election.
So whoever voted for him just basically like Oh. Oh my gosh.
So stupid. In September 2011, media reports indicated that Olson had terminal cancer and had been transferred to a hospital in Laval, Quebec. He died on September 30th, 2011 at the age of 71.
What did he die of?
Cancer. Terminal cancer.
So he didn't get to live his life sentence in jail? He had an earlier life sentence?
Well, he was already old. Like
he was 71 when he died.
Yeah, but he was born in 1940. When he started killing, he was already 40.
How do you have time for that? I'm just saying.
With a wife and kid.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel if you're 40, don't you have your crap together yet?
No,
I'm gonna go kill people.
He was a con artist before he was even killing people. Remember, he was a snitch.
He was a snitch. Yeah, that's true. That's all we have for him?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, like I said, there's really no background.
He's kind of like Chumpy with his info. He's a info chumper. He, killed a lot of kids, though.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Why do you do this to me? It just makes me sadder just hearing... Not that other people don't deserve sadness because they're older, but still,
I mean...
did these kids even stand a chance? No.
Oh, so this was in... Okay, so I found an article about, that serial killer I was talking about.
Oh, the one that recently in Florida.
Yeah, it wasn't Florida.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was for some
Sorry,
reason.
Floridorians. We accused you guys, and you're not.
Well, Florida's crazy, so... 8 women dead over a month.
A month?
Yeah. 7 sets of human remains, mostly of women, have been found across multiple states in New England region of the United States. The first, identifies as a 35-year-old Paige Fannin, was discovered on March 6th. The most recent, still unidentified, was found in Connecticut on April 9th.
That's recent.
Searches for the term New England serial killer surged on Google on April 7th.
Do they have a description of the guy?
No, because they don't know if anything is connected.
You have 7 or 8 bodies. How do you not know if anything is connected yet?
Yeah. So rumors of a serial killer have spread online following the deaths of 8 people between March and April in the states of Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island.
Massachusetts.
The speculation took sharp on social media, particularly in a Facebook group originally named New England Serial Killer.
Are you totally going to log into this thing, you know?
The group's name was later changed in line with Meta's guidelines. Authorities have found 8 bodies at different sites across the region, which led local communities to question whether the deaths might be linked. We looked at the details of the 8 deaths, the online buzz surrounding the serial killer theory, and what officials have said so far. So, we'll post the picture of this little map.
Wow, those are all the places?
Yeah. So it's not super in one spot.
No,
but it definitely could be truck driver.
You think so?
Well, I'm guessing. It's easy to...
You think a lot of truck drivers are serial killers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right away?
Yeah.
Would you ever hitchhike and go with a truck driver?
No.
Would you... But if you were to hitchhike, who would you go with? Just a mom?
Yeah, a woman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you go with a guy?
No.
No?
I don't trust men.
I would be the worst hitchhiker. I'd be forget about it. I just walk.
Unless I had a weepon on me.
Even
not.
So, though.
I would sit in the back, I'll tell you that.
In the back? Where he can,
Uber, my Uber driver.
he's a truck Uber driver?
Yeah.
I don't know how hitchhikers can even hitchhike. I would be so terrified. I wonder back in the days it was easier than what it is now.
Well, yeah, when you think about, the 60s and the 70s, the hippie movement, all they did was hitchhike.
Yeah, right?
And, so many of them were dead.
Yeah?
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer picked up hitchhikers and killed them.
After hearing that, being in a hippie era, would you not be more cautious and not do it?
No.
You're just what else? YOLO.
You're high all the time. I don't think you'd care.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Between March and April of this year, 7 sets of bodies.
That's a
sets
lot.
of human remains, sorry. And now they're saying, from the Springfield Police Department, Ryan Walsh said the death would be confirmed by a medical examiner, adding that the internet rumors are just that, rumors.
Oh, so they're saying that it's not true.
Yeah, because there's no known link between the deaths.
The remains.
But everybody's very anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they found, in the past 2 months, they found in New Haven, Norwalk, Groton, Killingly in Connecticut, Foster in Rhode Island, Farmingham, Plymouth, and Springfield.
Yeah, those are a little bit too in the vicinity kind of thing, hey?
Yeah, like when you think of like the highways and how many bodies are dumped there.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think a lot of bodies are dumped there?
Yeah. There's one highway, I can't remember what it's called. They called it like, it was something referring to death because so many bodies were just like of prostitutes and Indigenous women in Canada were just dumped there.
Jesus.
Because they kill them in the trucks and just push them out or just dump them there.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
If you were to kill somebody, would you hide the body on a highway?
No. Do you know how vast the boreal forest is?
Would you...
I'd be driving out there and dump it in the middle of nowhere.
You think they find it?
No. Not before animals could get to it.
Do you think they'd find you eventually? Or would your conscience eat you before they even find
Oh, I could never kill.
Oh, I could never kill?
I could never kill. Like I was saying, like...
If you were to kill, who would be the first person you'd tell? Dear God, do not tame me. And also, please don't tame me. But would you? You'd have to tell somebody.
Yeah, I don't know if that's... Probably the police?
You would? Would you out yourself?
I think it would really mess with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could live with it.
Jeez.
Like, if it's accidental or, like, self-defense, obviously, I'm going to tell him.
Yeah.
But even then, like, you have to have proof of self-defense, which is really hard.
How do you have proof of self-defense? Like setting up cameras all over your house or what?
Well, getting it recorded is great. But
okay.
Also,
so hold on. Please, before you attack me, let me press my record button. Like...
Well, if you're in a domestic violence situation...
That's different, though. That I get. But, like, let's say someone comes and kills you. But you survive because you self-defensed it. Self-defensed it.
Okay, let's say somebody walks onto your property with a weapon.
Yeah.
And you kill them.
Yeah.
Before, like, they were pointing their weapon at you, and you shot them before they shot you.
Yeah.
That's self-defense.
But how do you prove that?
Because they were holding a weapon.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, there has to be some sort of evidence of self-defense.
Okay, but if it wasn't self-defense, who would you tell? Who'd be the first person you'd tell that you killed them? Other than the cops?
I don't know.
Do you think it'd last long or no? You'd immediately go to the cops?
Probably you. It'll probably be you.
Why me?
Because I didn't know. I don't trust anybody.
I'd probably tell Dad or you, but Dad would be not here, so I'd have to tell you. I'd be like, Dad, he'd be like, let's hide the body. He digs holes for a living, we're good. I was kidding. No, I think it
right in
just,
the pavement.
Right? It would just eat away at me too. I don't think I couldn't. You know what this means, people? Polly and I are not psychopaths. We are not killers. So, hey. Can you guys?
Because, I mean, look at the guys that are on the front lines of war and all the PTSD they have.
Yeah.
How many people they killed. And they have to live with it because it's their job.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
I would literally be the worst for military. I could never.
Shut
up. I could do like...
I could be a cook.
I could be office things. I hook it up. I could totally be office. When I played ball hockey, I played for...
No, because then what if you're like, you know all the boys in your... Oh, yeah. Kitty.
I thought it was Riley. I swear. She's like, Mama. Like, boo.
You know all the boys in your thing, right? Yeah. And then they come back one day and they say, oh, he died. But that's and you were close to them. Could you imagine that too?
Well, yeah.
That would be hard.
I could do like office things.
Yeah, even if you were HR, like that.
Forget HR. That's just way too much. No, I mean like
in the military, HR.
I would be like a military like, because you know how military have their own medical thing. I would be a medical secretary for military. I could totally do that. If I lose my job, that's where I'm going.
See you in Afghanistan.
No, I'd be doing stuff here, silly. They would come to see me.
Nope, you're gonna get shipped off.
And do what out there? Be like, hide in a freaking, like, corner and be terrified for the rest of my life?
You make it seem like they only live in the trenches.
I don't know. I've seen the SEAL team show and I'm like, just traumatized. I'm just like, I couldn't even be an upper up. I'd be just like, no, I just, military is not for me. I'm sorry. You guys are safe to know that I am not, would not do that.
Okay, so they're saying that, like, all these bodies, okay, so on March 6th, the body of 35-year-old Paige Fannin from New York was recovered in New Haven. Before finding her, police had come across clothing and personal items on the edge of the Norwalk River. Her personal items.
Okay.
The same day, a hunter discovered human remains in a wooded part of Plymouth, Massachusetts. No details have been released about the age or gender of the person. On March 19th, the body of a woman believed to be between 40 and 60 was found inside a suitcase near a cemetery. State police said there's nothing to suggest the case is connected to any of the others. But if you're smart, you're going to make it not look like that.
Well, yeah.
When you have, like, serial killers, they have an MO.
Yeah.
But if you're smart about it, like,
they're going to trick you.
Switch it up. You know? They're not going to think it's connected.
Yeah.
On March 20th, it's crazy because, like, March 20th just happened.
Yeah, it was like a month ago.
New Haven police said that 59-year-old Denise Leary had been found dead after locals reported seeing human remains near a house in a wooded area. Officers say the body was badly decomposed when discovered. On March 26th, the remains of Michelle Romano were located 8 months after she was last seen. Rhode Island police said her body was found in a wooded area.
8 months?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do with the body for 8 months?
Well, it was probably there for 8 months. It was in a wooded area.
Oh, would animals have caught her?
Yeah, she was probably pretty badly decomposed. That's why they do the dental records.
What if you have no teeth?
Well, that would be a dental record. You have no teeth.
But, like, what records?
Missing people with no teeth.
Do you know how many people there are with no teeth in this world?
Yeah, but missing people with no teeth?
Well, yeah. If I go missing, make sure you tell them I have all my teeth.
Yeah. I'll be like, she has so many dental records.
Only because I've been to the dentist, like, 5 times in the last month.
Oh,
I have
5?
I have gone for, like, legit reasons. Not just because I want to go
because
to
all your teeth are falling out of your face. Cracking and...
It makes it seem like I'm doing crackers.
Cavitying.
Okay, listen, that wasn't my fault, okay? I swear I shouldn't.
Whose fault was it?
It was the people that made the food that I ate.
Yeah, okay. Hershey?
Yeah. It wasn't her. Oh, wait, is Hershey's mini brand? Mini eggs? Who makes mini eggs? Hershey's? Oh.
I think so.
No, they're Cadbury.
Oh, yeah.
It's Cadbury's fault that I broke my tooth one time. I talk all the time, too. And Polly.
Okay. On April 9th, a day after your birthday, unidentified remains were discovered in Killingly, the Connecticut State Police told People magazine. The next day, firefighters in Framingham, Massachusetts, came across another set of remains. Police said the level of decay showed the body had been there for several months. A number of other unidentified remains have also been recovered across New England towns during the same period.
Oh, but they're not connected. Okay.
Yeah.
If they're filed the same way, isn't that like a hint? Imagine if it was 2 different people. Oh, plot twist.
Yeah. Yeah, they're saying like there's nothing connecting them, but just the area alone.
Yeah. Massachusetts? What? How do you say it? Massachusetts? 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 How do you say it?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Sounds weird. Massachusetts.
Yours sounds right.
Massachusetts. Say that 5 times. Go.
Massachusetts, 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 Massachusetts.
You gotta say it faster, cheapo. Go.
No, I can't. It's a
Massachusetts,
long word.
Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
That's what happens when you say it
Try
fast.
it. Try it fast. Go.
No.
Come on. Do it for the podcast.
I tried.
Try it faster. Go.
No, my list will come.
God. Do it, please.
Massachusetts, 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 Massachusetts. See, I can do it. I did it.
Okay. Oh my goodness. So me and Polly last week, don't pull that. Me and Polly last week were we were watching a show and I'm like, could you be an actress? And Polly's like, I don't know. And I'm like, could I?
We've never acted before.
Ever. Okay. And Dad looks at me, he's like, nope. And I'm like, hey. So I grabbed these little script, like, scene thingies.
They're like 2 or 3 pages long, just little scripts.
Yeah, and so we probably did them, and I'm like, we should totally do this.
And we were like acting together.
Yeah, we were. I was like, I want to kiss you, and they were like, this one did.
Yeah, the New Year's Eve kiss one.
Yeah.
And then I asked Dan, I was like, who's better? And he's like, I think you both suck.
So we concluded that we were not meant to be actors.
I thought I was doing pretty good. There was a couple
thought I did good too, and I thought you did pretty good.
Maybe we're just completely oblivious.
It's like me thinking I'm so great at singing, I'm completely tone deaf. That could be a situation right there.
Yeah.
We could be like amazing. We should try it for like acting one day and just be like,
yeah, we'll act out an entire podcast to see if anybody knows. And then be like, oh, we were acting, that was all scripted.
How do you even do that?
We'll write out a script.
Oh, okay. That's like takes a lot of time, but okay.
Yeah, there's out on writing it.
Oh.
You do nothing at work anyway.
Excuse me, I uploaded my last podcast, my late podcast recently. I got a pod like, oh, okay, so it's gonna be really dead at work today. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, so why don't you upload the podcast? And I'm like, no, I can't because I'm at work. I'm like, actually, I'm at work, and I started doing it. I was literally done like super fast. I'm like, huh, I feel like I should do this more often. But yeah. Anyways. Sorry about the late podcast, you guys. That was kind of like all my fault.
Yeah, you dropped the ball on that one.
I did.
I would have uploaded it, but I can't find my laptop charger.
Yeah, so if you guys have a laptop charger for a, I don't know what kind of laptop it is, let me know. Surprise me. Do you think my
send
laptop?
us your laptop charger.
Do you think my laptop charger would work on yours or Dan's?
I don't know. I don't know like how different all of them are.
Mine's a little plug-in thingy.
Like I know the Apple computers have like the USB-C, but that's it.
But Apple's weird. We don't like apples.
I like apples.
That's
As I'm holding your iPad?
true. That's different though. Apple's iPads are different than Apple everything else. I'm just saying. Don't do that. Okay, so mystery sound. Last week's mystery sound was
mystery
sound. Drum roll, please. Oh, hold on. She sucks at this. That's our drum roll. Was our finger in slime.
Oh yeah.
That was a fun sound.
Little finger farts?
Little finger farts. This week's mystery sound is going to be...
Yeah, like we're going to tell you.
No, we're going to pause you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a listen to our mystery sound. Okay, one more second. Hold on. All right. Okay, stop. If you can guess what that mystery sound is...
Good luck.
You'll get a prize shout out. Just kidding. Shout out, Ian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let us know what you think our sound is.
iDog.
Hi, P-Dog and iDog. I was telling Ian, you should
You sounds like one of those little robot buddies you got. iDogs.
Oh, those iDogs. I was telling Ian, like, you should be like one of our guests for the podcast. He's like, really? And I'm like, sure. He's probably like, excited about it. So let us know, guys, if you think we should bring Ian to our podcast as a guest speaker. What will we talk about?
He's like the only one listening.
I feel like
he's like, yes, do it.
Oh my goodness.
I think he'd be such a good guest.
He's like hooting himself up. You know what I mean? Boosting himself up. That's too funny. We're just laughing about it. Okay, well, we hope you guys have yourself a great night. Have a great weekend, and I'm hoping I post this sooner than later.
You don't work tomorrow, so it won't be tomorrow.
That's true. No, right? No, I'll do it tomorrow. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. Anyways, we don't have any plans this weekend. We're just going to be chilling like villains. So what do we do this weekend?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. I'm contemplating. Tell me what your thoughts on this are really quickly. I know it's very important, so I'm going to tell on the podcast. There's a fabric sale coming up tomorrow on Saturday.
Oh, my God.
My question to you is, Dad said no, because he hates the fact that I have so much fabric already.
You have so much fabric.
Should I go to this fabric sale?
You have so much fabric.
But that doesn't really answer the question of should I go. I thought your cat touched me, but it was you. If I should go to this fabric sale. Tell me what your thoughts are. Now listen, it's cheap fabric, not cheap per se quantity. Like I've gotten some really good buys.
You mean quality?
Yeah, quality, you know what I meant. But I meant like
cheap in price?
Yeah, it's ridiculously cheap in price.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Where are you going to put it?
I'm going to wash it, and when Dad's gone, I'm going to bring it to the house and hide it.
Where?
In my basement.
Where?
With all my other fabric.
Where?
Well, I got a new...
It's filled to the ceiling.
I got a new fabric stand that Dad put in the spare bedroom, and I'm going to move all my fabric into there.
Yeah, okay.
And Polly's going to help me. Thanks, kiddo. And,
what the heck?
And I'm thinking I'm going to put it there. So what do you think? Should I go to it?
More fabric for me to sort, I guess?
And here comes the most important question. Do you want to come with me?
Oh my God.
Keep in mind, they open at like 9 or 10. And I'm there like an hour to 2 hours earlier because you need to get there early to get in first. And every time I go there, I've been there like 1 or 2 hours before. Guaranteed an hour before. And I am still like 15th to 20th in line.
I'll have Riley.
She can stay at house with no... Oh, Dad's home. He can stay with the kids.
Yeah.
Because he loves us. What do you think? Would you go with me?
Yeah.
So you guys...
I don't care. I'm not buying any.
You are my witnesses. We might be going to a fabric sale.
I'll let you know how it goes next week.
Yes, right? Oh, I'm so excited. I gotta sew up some things for the kids anyways. See, we can find fabric for Riley so I can sew up dresses. Woo woo! Oh, guys, I'm excited now. All right, well, now we have plans for the weekend. We hope you guys have yourself a wonderful weekend. And we will talk to you guys next week. Yep. Don't forget to Mystery Sound. And don't forget to...
like, comment, subscribe, share. And please leave us recommendations on what we should cover.
Yes. We like that. That'd be amazing. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.